Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable and ensures success. Honesty is always the best policy. Every great nation, every great mind is built on two things: discipline and honesty. George Washington lived by them, fought for them, and built a country upon them. His words remind us that true strength doesn't come from power but from principle. The same principle that can shape not only a nation, but also the person you're becoming. Learning English through his words is not about memorizing grammar or vocabulary. It's about discovering rhythm, meaning, and wisdom in every sentence. When you listen to Washington, you don't just improve your English. You learn how great minds think, how real leaders speak, and how language carries character. So, as you follow his quotes today, don't just translate them, feel them. Because every word you understand brings you closer to the strength of a man who changed history with integrity, not noise. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire. Conscience. Private virtue is the seed of public strength. Virtue or morality is a necessary spring of popular government. A good moral character is the first essential in a man, and the habit of virtue is a fortress. The consideration that human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected will always guide me. He spoke of duty not as a burden, but as freedom. Because when your actions align with your conscience, peace follows you. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. Experience teaches us that it is far better to be cautious than to be confident. It is better to be slow in forming judgments than to run into error through haste. Example, whether good or bad, has a powerful influence. Let your discourse with men of business be short and comprehensive. Discipline is not about control. It's about respect for what truly matters. To be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace. Peace above all things is to be desired, but peace must be honorable. True peace is not the absence of war, but the presence of justice. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. When we seek peace through principle, we build a foundation that time cannot destroy. But peace is never born from comfort. It's born from courage. Even silence has a price. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your trust. It is better to be alone than in bad company. Associate yourself with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation, for it is better to be alone than in bad company. True friendship is a plant of slow growth and must undergo adversity before it is entitled to the name. True friendship is the cement of life, the sweetest balm for every wound. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bitter. Freedom and responsibility are two sides of the same coin. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. To form a new nation, we must first govern ourselves. To be prepared for duty is half the victory. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Freedom without discipline destroys itself. Responsibility is the shadow that makes liberty real. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Real men can be calm in the storm, not just brave in battle. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's mind than on the externals of the world. I can never think of promoting my own happiness by making others miserable. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. The best and only safe road to honor, glory, and true happiness is to be just, honest, and generous. The consciousness of having discharged one's duty faithfully is the sweetest reward. And yet, he never called himself perfect. He only hoped to leave the world a little more honest than he found it. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. True religion offers to government its surest support. There can be no greater error than to expect or calculate upon real favors from nations. Knowledge and wisdom are the roots of every free nation. Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest can repair. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable and ensures success. Honesty is always the best policy. Maybe that's why his words still echo. Because they weren't just meant for a nation, but for every person trying to live with purpose. Washington never spoke like a philosopher, he lived like one. He believed that peace is built on preparation, that freedom is born from discipline, and that the true victory is to master yourself before you lead others. These aren't just lessons from history, they're reminders for today. To keep your conscience alive, to speak less but mean more, to live with integrity even when no one's watching. Because that's where strength begins. Not in the noise of the crowd, but in the quiet honesty of your own heart. So, as you learn English through his words, remember this. You're not just learning a language, you're learning how great minds thought, how strong hearts led, and how character built the world we now stand on. Let these words stay with you, not in memory, but in motion. Speak them, live them, and let them make you a little stronger every day.